Yeah, good evening. This is Top Nation News with Mr. Raf Tresvant. Thank you. Our topic tonight is the evidences, testifiers, tabled for the court to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we've gone this far to understand that those evidences have not been so far substantiated as incriminating evidences, because the radio gadget, the radio mixer, the Apple phone, Apple laptop, Nokia phone, all these are still within communication. Radio station is an avenue for what is a communication establishment, if you ask me. So when Kanu was actually operating the Radio Biafra platform, he was arrested in Lagos here by DSS, and the testifier that appear in the court actually marks up their faces. They are afraid of reprisal, that if he exposes his face, he might be get shot or killed. But it has not gotten to that level, because Biafran people are very peaceful people, and the Kanu himself has never hurt anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not hurt anybody. So the testifiers at the court actually failed. The evidences he tabled before the court, before cross-examination that should take place Friday, we've actually understood that those evidence, the testifier came forward, to disseminate to people are not yet confirmed incriminating. Even in the ordinary senses, we understand that those are just gadgets, phone, laptop, microphone. All these evidence are still within the context of communication. Yes, media. That's all. Without laptop, phone, you can't establish a media platform. So it is highly, let me say, amusing, very funny, so hilarious that a case of this magnitude, someone just came up and began to talk. Someone just came up and began to talk nonsense, in the court of law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any offense. Yes, and the testifiers are right now, riddling in shame, because the evidences come forward, brought before him, has no taproot, it has no ground, there's nothing like, those materials discovered with him in his hotel room, being incriminating or, making it to look like a criminal or criminality. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is a Biafran. He has right, yes, to establish a radio station in that regard. So Radio Biafra, I think, issue is not supposed to bring up about these masked, testifiers or witnesses that came forward to, highly misguide the members of the public. Let me say, yesterday. So if you ask me, it's highly shameful. It is a shameful thing that Nigeria as a country has lost it all. Nigeria is not getting it right at all. They have been, misquoting things, out of context. They have been getting it wrong. They are not getting it right. So after the testifiers, today we are looking forward to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Friday at court. But as of the turn up of the court attendance, I think we are all happy, because Igbo Americans, they were there. Though the court could not allow large numbers of people in attendance, it is still 20 people, yes, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually did well. So it was a very, very peaceful hearing, no altercation, no confrontation. Everything went on well. And at the end of the day, we actually discovered that even the Chief Justice himself, the Chief Judge, James Omotosho, actually began to clap, yes, for the accused. meaning that everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is getting to absurd level of absurdity. I've never seen where a chief judge begin to clap for an accused. Nigeria is something else. Anyway, so Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally renditioned from Nairobi, Kenya in 2021 and brought to Nigeria, an action which actually received international criticism from all angles: Europe, America, Asia, Africa, and so on and so forth. They actually debunked it that they didn't criminally, brought him. But on getting to the court, we actually found out that the means through which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought into Nigeria was, criminality. Criminal means in totality. Everything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, rendition from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, is, an act of criminality, because Nigeria and Kenya does not enjoy that kind of pact or treaty, to rendition any of her citizens, without going through the appropriate documentation or document. So that's why Kanu's abduction still remains unlawful, and Nigeria must, if you ask me, pay large financial incentives to that young man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he actually dazzled yesterday in the court, at the court of law, and we are still giving him applaud. Though the presiding judge himself actually applauded Kanu, he started clapping. But outside that, we, his admirers, his followers, his brothers, we are still clapping. We are still clapping. Throughout today, we were clapping, at the NIJ, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, where we gathered, discussing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's last appearance in the court. We still, we are clapping. Yes, because it is based on merit. When you see somebody that is good, he is good on that, on any expertise, I think you can actually hail the person with encomium, So we actually are hailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's last appearance at the court of justice. Kanu actually tried. He lived up to expectation. All the listed evidences, the materials are still within the context of justice and the legality. No razor blade, no gun, no knife. Kanu was doing the needful, and he did not hurt anybody. He did not steal from anybody. So we are very, very proud of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Myself, mostly, precisely, I'm proud, very, very proud of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has never been indicted by those evidences, and even the witness that came along, came forward to testify against him, he is still going to face cross-examination. Because when you bring, evidences, testimony that is not credible before the court of law, I think you should be questioned. So the testifiers, the masked witnesses, they should face, cross-examination by the court to actually find out if they are worthy of, bringing forward as an evidence. Look, someone that is operating a radio station should have laptop, iPhone, and other communication gadgets. Those were the things found with him in 2015 before invasion of his father's compound in Abia State. I don't know what to understand. People should understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal, and nothing incriminating has been discovered with him since, his arrest. And so on and so forth. Everything went on yesterday peacefully. Nnamdi Kanu, a great man. Nnamdi Kanu, a vindicated Igbo man. Nnamdi Kanu has been, vindicated by even the testifiers and the presiding chief judge. The chief judge, let me say, James Omotocho, actually discovered what he has never seen before since he, became a lawyer. Yes, to preside over a case. And I've never seen a judge, presiding judge, hail an accused person, hailing an accused person. What does that signify? It means that Kanu is more innocent than the chief judge. The presiding judge, James Omotocho, actually know that Nigeria is in a serious cross for infringing on an international man like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria must pay him money. Nigeria has money to pay for violating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man. Because there is no justification, no proof, I think nothing ever to prove Nigeria, what they do, legal. It is judicial. It is extra legal, extraordinary. What they actually did to the young man is still bringing international shame to Nigeria today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be free. After he was declared innocent by the court of law in Nigeria here, they are still holding him because he's an Igbo man. That's why nobody respects him. The government of today doesn't respect him. The government in the past of Muhammad Buhari actually neglected him simply because he's an Igbo. And Buhari hates Igbo man with passion. So what am I saying here? Kanu must be free. Kanu is free. DSS should actually allow him, and later he will bring all of them to the court, because the DSS Director General, after the court ruling that Kanu should go, he is still held on to Kanu. If Tinubu was the one that instructed him to hold Kanu, they must actually meet in the court for people of the world to know who are the criminals in Nigeria that are oppressing common Nigerians, common man, the masses, outside Nigerian constitution. So what am I trying to say here? Kanu is free, and he must be free indeed. Kanu must go free. He must go and meet his wife, and children. He left them for 4 years now, over 48 months, and they must go home to tidy up. The same safari white, safari he was putting on 4 years ago, it stayed the same clothes he was putting on yesterday. So I wonder the kind of trauma Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going through. I pity him. I feel for him. And I'm telling you that one day, a day has come, a day shall come, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be let off the hook. He must actually let off the cage of DSS, facilities in Abuja. So what am I trying to say? Kanu is free, and he has gotten it on a platter of gold after suffering, because federal government of Nigeria, Kenya, and the Britain, they are going to pay him as well. Britain didn't come forward since 4 years ago to defend its citizen. At least play consulate role. Yes, they should play consulate role, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is from Britain. He enjoys dual citizenship of Nigeria and UK. So that is a big money. That's going to be big, man. Incentive, financial incentive for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So you can't infringe on someone's rights, especially in the caliber of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and stay. You just get scot-free. No, you can never go free, because Kanu means business. I think he has made us proud. When he appeared in the court yesterday, he was talking, with great oratory speech delivered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right in the court, actually attracted the sitting, presiding Chief Judge, clapping, applauding him. Man, it was very, very plausible, if you ask me, because Kanu himself, with the kind of speeches, the kind of experience Kanu has had so far as an international man, an erudite, historian, lawyer, oh my God, I think he's needed to be emulated. Kanu is a great man. I think I have to end it here, but I'm telling you that before or on 6th May, Kanu should come out. Failure to come out, I think Nigeria as a country, we have to be, very, very careful. Because the watchdog of the world, United Nations, of which Nigeria is one of the member nations, they are watching, and they are going to ask Nigeria why. So what am I trying to say? Kanu is free. And when it comes out, I think declaration of Biafra has come. The first black Jewish state in making. We are ready to go there. We are going there, the promised land. The Biafran land, Biafra is the promised land of Africa, the prince of Africa. A candle on the mountain top is liberated. Thank you so much for listening. Dot Nation News with Ralph Tresvant. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like me, follow me, come down to this comment section. Let us talk. Thank you so much for listening.